What is up, all my little freaks and angels? Welcome to another episode, 9 Nerd Yards, the Idol Breakdown. We're going to get right into it. How is everybody doing out there? Chat us out in the comments. Throw a chat in there. We are live. That's right, Othelius. And if you
I'm sorry, Othelius. I had questions backstage. That's my fault.
We'll maybe get into those questions. But if you just missed us, we were just live with Keith Holiday. So after this or tomorrow, feel free to tune right into that because he went in on his new movie that he's in, The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster, which seems to be a fantastic movie, and I can't wait for it to drop at a city near you. So let's go ahead and kick off the panel. You know her. You love her. It's wrong. Stop using that song every episode. It's Kirsten Cobb.
I'm so over that song. Every time they start a sexy scene, it's wrong. God, it's not even a good sexy sounding song, so it's like the Magic School Bus theme would have been better there.
You don't like all
anyway, I'm
good.
Don't you be handing on Miss Crabapple.
Listen, I'm not kink shaming. It's beyond that. It's just stupid. It's not put together well, but I'm good. Other than that, thank you for asking.
All right, that was a long way to say you're good, but we're gonna allow it. We're gonna allow it. And you know him, you love him. It's Chaim. Chaim, what's up, baby?
Chaim.
I'm just so upset I wasn't here to trash this fucking show with you last week. Oh my god. So stupid.
It's
I'm excited to be negative right now.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, somebody has to be the hater because Terry's not here, and in this episode as well, I think Kirsten's going to be Captain Shade. So you know what? I think all the bases will be covered.
Nine. Thank you so much for the reminder.
What are we doing? Even if we're not doing this, what are we? How are we living?
The hate sash.
How are we living?
The hate sash.
The official wear of 9 Nerd Yards. And we got all the hate in our heart, and they got hate in their hearts too. So we had to bring them along. It's the Drunk Banthas. It's Alex and Bill. How are y'all fellas doing tonight?
Man, doing great. I don't think Kirsten is really okay. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think you're okay.
Not after watching this shit 2 weeks in a row.
This show, I'm ready to talk about this show. That's all. Are you ready to talk about it?
Oh man, I am ready to celebrate. The Weeknd getting his penis touched.
Black excellence.
Apparently, it hasn't happened in a while.
It's the same celebration I do every time Jeff gets his touch. We do a celebration dance. And
that's my favorite day of the year.
And you know him.
You caught it.
El Presidente, El Capitan, the captain of all freaks. It's 9. 9, what's happening?
Just working.
Are you just a freak, yeah?
Oh God, it's so bad.
I also miss my mom. She's still alive, but
but you just miss her. Yeah.
I'm calling out for her. Hi, Mom. Please don't watch this stream.
Oh man, and we got a shout out here to Million New. 9 didn't know you and Elliot were boys. Love the discussion. Yeah, so everybody go catch that as well. He 9 goes on
about it 2 days a week now.
2 days a week.
The Idol is my life right now, and what a fucking life that I chose.
Well, we know you. We know you're just a freak, and we know you want it bad. So go catch 9 on Movie Files. Everybody go follow Movie Files, friend of the show.
Movie Files.
Having him on again. 9 hater yards is what Othelius called us, and that's sort of the running theme for where this is about to go.
I would like to say I feel a better title is 9 accurate description of this fucking show yards.
Yeah. 9 objective yards.
I try to be as objective as possible. So we did get some hate in the YouTube comments from last week about body shaming. I just want everybody to know I was not a part of that. That was the rest of the
I'm here to apologize on behalf of the show.
You can do the replay. I said nothing about body shaming, but I did say something about the show. But I want to go to Haim. I want to go to Haim real quick because he wasn't with us last week, so he probably has some thoughts about episode 1. I want to hear your recap before we get into the episode. As you hop into it on episode 1, we all got to give our opinions. In a nutshell, what did you think?
I can break it down into just one simple sentence.
Okay.
All right. So going into what? Not one simple sentence, but anyway.
You lied to everybody. All right.
I always lie.
I already done 3 sentences already.
So, comma, going into this, I was under the impression this was going to be one of just the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. Terrible writing, terrible, really offensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not that I find this show really offensive. I just find it really stupid.
Yeah.
And that's my take on it, episode 1.
It's too dumb to be offensive. Like, I can't clutch any pearls because what am I clutching at?
Right.
Maybe we're waiting to see some pearl clutching as the season protrudes and goes further.
Right?
Any Blake?
With this show.
Oh,
best adjective is just stupid. STOOPID.
I need Blake in that outfit that Jocelyn wore for the music video. You don't want no part of that, Million. You don't want no part of that.
So tell you what, turns out Million and I have very different opinions.
Saving that for the 9 Nerd Yards OnlyFans. You know
I'm sorry,
what?
Jeff. You don't appreciate the writing of this show, such as and make that throat wet for me. Yeah, delivered with such lackluster enthusiasm. You would almost think he was sleepwalking when he said that.
That's not.
Did he still go to jail?
Dry throats, man. Drink some water. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. Well,
there was better acting in the Jonestown tapes.
Was it?
Oh, God damn.
Controversial point right there. Or not. He could be correct. All right.
Not mad at all.
How about the drunk banthas? They weren't on the show last week either. So
yeah, that's right. What did you guys think so far of episode 1 before we get into episode 2?
I will say, there's a nugget of a really interesting story with this show. Especially like in the second episode, I was like, okay, there's like 30% of the show is like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you could do.
Right.
If it wasn't being made by the horniest people alive.
I can't even tell if they're horny or just confused.
We know.
9, I think the answer to that is yes.
The answer is yes. The limit does not exist.
Because he has a plethora of music we can refer to. And also we know that the creator of Euphoria is horny because
look at his work.
He has a lot of work to go off of his belt. So I'm just gonna
walk to
the bar and they come out with the idol.
Yeah.
So Bill, would you say that we got the documents to prove everybody on the show is horny?
They would say, I did everything right. They indicted me.
Sam and the Weeknd definitely watched a lot of like HBO at midnight when they were and they were like, I want to make a show like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens.
So I guess now's the best time to say this. Banthas, what you missed when we were talking with Keith Halliday and trying to explain this show to him, I said the best way I can describe it is a rejected script from Red Shoe Diaries.
That's apt. That is apt.
Yeah.
But I will say that it's shot pretty interestingly. Like it's kind of a 24 film sometimes.
I think that
it is by A24.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably my favorite part, and it still will be my favorite part throughout the thing. Is there are some beautiful shots, like not every one of them, but there are some beautiful ones, even in the second episode. And I have one in particular that I want to talk about and see if they continue it. But I think that of anything that we can give props to the show is like whoever's filming this and having, just having the layout and everything. There's some beautiful shots. in here.
Director of photography is definitely an adult, but everybody else in this show is everybody else working on this show is children's.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get to the comments before we get to Kirsten and talk
God, the
about
last
this
one,
episode.
please.
Million New saying that light skin energy that Tetris was given in this episode. Heavy light skin energy. How I feel about this interesting concept and themes, but in the wrong hands. I think that's
very
wrong.
much agree with that.
I like that. I like that. Tetros is the king of the light skins. Wait a minute.
It's not even
The final light skin.
Y'all just hate me because I'm light skinned. Oh, Atlanta. That's my favorite one.
The devil wears a rat tail. He is the devil. All right.
Make a t-shirt out of that.
So is this the
That's the outfit they're
that
talking
we're talking
about,
about here?
Yeah.
Blake,
Dude, that stupid fucking outfit.
The shoes are
That was,
what's
like,
throwing
killing her.
it.
That's what's throwing it?
I ain't gonna lie,
Well,
both of those
yeah,
outfits
it is
are
a lot.
ridiculous. I mean, both of those outfits.
Yeah, both of those outfits.
Look at those pants. They're wide as. Oh, look at those.
But I do like that the design on the pants matches the here and the straps on her shirt.
It's a great
Yeah.
design. It's just those pants.
I like that the designs are
Fit
matching.
well.
Yeah.
But like Jocelyn's outfit, like it's a note I have. Her fucking corset.
Yeah.
But then like it stops like right here, and then there's just like the metal bra. But then like every time you see it, like the empty space is just awkward.
Yeah,
And it's
but-
just not
it says you
sexy.
can Doesn't mean you
Right.
should wear it.
Exactly.
Use the coating for the
Behind the
So they
scenes,
got two
though.
little kids. In those. She is 3
Million
kids
new.
in a trench coat.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Pretending to be a producer.
We're already getting into this already.
They're really not doing Lilly-Rose any justice at all with the wardrobe or the styling of her makeup
Some
on the
of
show.
it- some
She's
of it's
a model off
Some of it's
screen.
good.
She give her something. Every shirt doesn't need to be an underboob moment because it's not. It doesn't even sit where it should for an underboob moment.
I have a
It's
theory
just
about
I
that.
like the I like
a
the
nipple
Okay.
keeper at this
low-rise
point.
jeans.
How about the
Have a
whale
theory
tail when
crop
she's
top.
talking to just her team?
That actually looks kind of cool.
I think
That's a
I think she
vibe.
looks good right here.
Well,
Yeah, I
crop
think that's a
top-
vibe.
crop top for
I
life.
think she looks good except for the whale tail.
Disrespectful. Let's not be disrespectful. Crop top for life. But I do have an excuse for the outfit that she has on during the music video shoot, and that is because the set designer or whatever anyway, they had in the behind the scenes thing at the end of the episode, they did talk about how they were trying to do more of a 90s feel. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, that is how they dressed back in the 90s.
Okay.
Pop
Wait,
stars.
does this show take place in the 90s?
No, not all.
But
No, but they
it's,
wanted to give
they're-
it that style of.
I think it
And-
was like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, like early
Exactly.
2000s
Yeah.
type of
Because
vibe.
because they did point out that she's like, oh no, she should have Britney vibes. She should be as big as Britney. You know, like they've said that. So
Yeah.
I can
Right.
see that being a part of it.
Yeah.
All right,
shout out.
Kirsten, start us
Just
off.
sucked.
Give me some initial
Oh.
thoughts about this
Oh,
episode.
well.
Uh-huh.
Again, I think this show's strong suit, and especially with this episode, even just starting the episode, is the team. It's her day to day.
Oh, there's
her
so much
struggles.
fun.
That shit is actually cool. It's shot well. I like the tight little like whispered conversations that they're having with each other, and then oh my god, sweetheart, you're doing well, but they're under such pressure with her that they're breaking. Like that's a story. That's what I want. That's what I'm interested in. And by the time I get into that part of the plot, all of a sudden here comes the rat tail. And I'm like, no, because that's when you know the good stuff stops.
Ruined it.
Right.
Every time he gets on screen. And it's not just his creepy character. He can't act at all. He's all over the place in tone. He has no facial expressions. His face literally just.
See, I'm okay with his acting on the show because I don't think that there's like a complete standout character as
True.
of yet.
Yeah.
I think actually Lilly-Rose Depp did her thing in this episode. I'll give her that. Like this
Yeah,
episode,
she was good.
She was actually performing and like doing a lot of stuff and really liked it. But again, it's not like really a show where, is The Weeknd going to have the opportunity to blow us away, even if he could? I don't think so. I don't think anyone's going to this season.
Yeah.
You think it's getting a second one?
I mean, we're hate watching it.
Well, some
I thought it was
people.
a special event or something, and we'd never have to see this again.
Well, The Weeknd just got blown away in this episode.
But all right.
Two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff.
On that note, Chaim, what did you think about this episode? Initial thoughts about this?
All right. So, do you want me to do like top 3 moments? Like, do you want initial thoughts? What would you like for this? I have so much. All right.
Just some initial thoughts. Yeah.
Initial thoughts. If they focused on Jocelyn's story and Jocelyn's career, especially, I'm going to piggyback off you on this one, Kirsten, the beginning where it's showing how little control she really has over her career and life. This would actually be a great show with a good story. But throwing in what we will get into, which are obvious con man, possible cult leader vibes, is just unnecessary, and it detracts from the good story that we could actually all enjoy.
I disagree.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
interesting part to me.
They made it interesting.
We're obviously going to have to agree to disagree on that one.
I wish I would have a little bit more of his character. Like, okay.
Well, they give him something to do.
His come up of like how he got all of these band of misfits together.
No, not for me. I think Jocelyn's story outside of Tedros is way more interesting because to me it feels unnatural bringing Tedros into this.
Yeah,
because he's a devil. Like I've already said this.
Thank you, Al Pacino, Keanu Reeves. Because to me it feels like you have a full story with just Jocelyn and her going through her mental issues, and it feels like bringing Tedros in on top of it. How about this? I feel like if Tedros wasn't clearly a con man, possible cult leader, but just like a user, that would make sense to me. But it feels like he's trying to build this like empire, and from what I understand from early reviews of this show, like to a point of cult leader, that just feels like too much. Like if he was just a guy trying to use her, that I could buy into a lot more.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Banthas, give me some thoughts. There's 2 of y'all, so there's going to be 2 times the thoughts.
Well, I am. Yeah, like I agree with everything that Jeff and Kristen said about like how the Jocelyn's story is like kind of the more interesting thing. But I do agree with 9 that like that the cult stuff is still really interesting. Like, to compare it to Game of Thrones is like if all the entertainment stuff was like the shit that's going on in Westeros, that's interesting. But then we got the White Walkers, like, oh, what's this crazy cult situation that's going on in the background? How's that going to develop? So I like how that's just like they're planting the seed for something very insidious happening. But that's like 13 minutes of the story.
It's like they don't get to it quick enough. No, I kind of agree with that, Alex. Yeah. And maybe that's the problem. They're not getting to any of that meatiness quick enough.
Yeah,
so then the 2 stories don't connect.
Yeah, the problem with this show is pacing.
Yeah.
Tedros should have been introduced in this episode. We should have got a build-up of these characters, her team, the day-to-day in the first episode, and her struggles and whatnot. But I think I have a way to make this show at least seem good, or at least give them something to say.
So excited.
So makes it actually like explains away a lot of things.
A different script.
No.
A whole new show.
One of them was the pacing, like I already said. Yeah. But the other one is that I think Weeknd is performing as a pimp.
She clearly is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, duh.
There's a hustle and flow type vibe.
You think about him just being a pimp the whole time and don't think about anything else. Just don't even think about con man or any of the management. None of that.
That's true, and it works with your vampire angle, 9, because pimps are usually seen at night around a lot of beautiful women.
All
doing
pimps are
weird shit on
vampires. That's
corners.
right.
They're
Yeah.
vampires.
He's got a lot of women.
All vampires are pimps. So.
Whoa.
Oh, that'd be a great vampire pimp.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Somebody make Mario.
It's mine. I will sue you for the idea. It's mine.
God damn it. Oh no, pimps always have women who who are like a little on the edge of the little darker side of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you just read the comments.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why I'm usually laughing.
My name is a pimp named Weeknd. Please make sure you say the whole
9,
thing.
get that last one. 9, get that last one that's in that Othelius dropped.
Count
Pimpula.
Oh my God.
How many hoes do I have today?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, Blake, nice.
Red my rat's tail, bitch.
Right here.
All right.
Tedros.
Let me now pimp vibes, yes, but think about cult leaders.
Yeah, they're
How many cult leaders are like,
they're pimps.
you
same
can sleep with
ideology.
these people because we need to propagate
Yeah.
the right way. Coincidentally, you're all sleeping with me.
Right.
Yeah, pimps are cult leaders. Definitely.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
I like the whole.
They're like the best cult leaders.
I did want to address this comment from Matt K. It's both interesting. I feel like Matt K likes the show. He's giving it like a honest watch. I think we are all giving it an honest watch too.
But we just
don't
also
like it.
do it.
But
We also do a YouTube
Matt
show.
K
We just have
says-
an event.
It's both interesting. We don't know where it goes from here. It's called story building. It takes time. But what I need to say to that is, like, when it comes to like structuring your series, if you kind of like had a little bit of a reveal at the end of episode 1 where people don't know like where Tedros comes from, oh, is he Hawaiian? Is he, oh, he's a person of color. That's it, right? But if you do that, right, and have that at the tail end of episode 1, instead of him just being like, I'm gonna show you how to make music that makes it sound like you can fuck, right? Like that's better story. Like it's more intriguing that way. It leads me to a better direction.
I actually think that if Tedros had been a side character, like, oh, she meets at the club, oh, they're hooking up, oh, like he starts like getting her into coke and stuff. I feel like if they did like first season, Tedros is kind of a side character, but then second season, he starts really bringing her in, starts really like, oh my God, Tedros has like this whole
Mysterious nature.
not mysterious, not compound, following. I feel like that would have been a better way of doing it.
That's what I'm saying. They could have done that in episode 1 where they just build on her, on the characters that actually matter, really.
Yeah.
And then
Jocelyn,
you just sneak this, you just pepper him in, like, oh, Tedros. Him named Tedros. Y'all know him, everybody knows him named Tedros.
Well, I don't know if it was the Weeknd's ego or they really thought this was character building for Tedros, but does he need to have Tito's vodka? Does he need
some Tedros in your life?
Is Tedros or it's Tedros?
Is it
Tedros.
You know what?
I think it's
So
like boss.
if Tedros didn't have to do something sexy every episode, we might have time to build his character. But 10 minutes of the episode has to be taken up by, I'm going to make you so wet that water's going to look like it wasn't even wet before. Every line sounds like it was written.
That's
by
a good
the
point. He
45th
says some
president.
really sexy shit. Yeah.
It sounds
If it got sexy. Call me
Kirsten-
when the sexy kicks in.
Kirsten, to your point, it sounds like if you ever seen the movie, anybody's ever seen the movie, and they'll love this 40-year-old virgin when he's like, yeah, I touched her boobs and it was like sand.
Bag of sand.
And he's, bag of sand. Like, and they're like, have you ever touched a boob? Wait a minute. Like, that's what it reminded me of when I heard it. I was like, wait, have you ever done sex?
It does. It sounds like that whole movie.
7th grade me, like thinking about like when
Writing-
I finally do it. I'm like,
I'm gonna take this back.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna-
wrote this show.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take this back. Like when you're like, probably we're all similar age. When anybody was in like the chats and like you think you're chatting with somebody and you hope it's somebody that's opposite sex of your age, and you're doing like what is it, like chat sex or something? Like this is the type of shit that you would chat, and it's garbage. You look back and you're like, I typed garbage.
Yeah.
And it might have been some 40
I'm too old for that shit.
And the pedophiles on the other end did not care.
They loved every minute of it.
They were like, "Ooh, what are you doing with those Cheerios? Get a job. Get off."
Honey nut or what?
I got some honey nuts right here. Yeah, it's like, no.
You want to see these Frosted Flakes? It's about to be you. Oh, cereal references.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Tedros. Say it 2 times.
They call me Count Chocolate.
Tedros.
Oh dear.
Gosh. Okay, so should we take it back to the beginning?
Oh yeah.
And
I have a question.
Right? Go ahead.
Film age. I don't think it's any darker than season 2. Season 2 of what?
Of True Detective.
Thank you. My bad. I get it. Keep reading.
It's not any darker for sure.
Why the fuck do you listen to the white guys, dumbass?
We got to keep them on just for racial diversity.
More of you than there are of us. That's why we listen to white people.
9. What were your thoughts?
Yeah,
about
sorry.
This episode.
I'm going to hold back because I have a lot of thoughts throughout the whole thing. I kind of want to like go through this. Analyze every single frame. We'll be here for like
Please
5
don't
hours.
do that. No.
No. But no. Go ahead, Blake. You can go ahead.
Oh, I enjoyed it more than the last episode. I'll say this, just as an episode, I just enjoyed it more. There was some parts though. Hang on, there were some parts though that there are some parts here that were worse than what I thought was going to happen in episode 1, and I'm like, but it was not because it was like, oh, this is offensive, my virgin eyes. Like it was more of like, that was the garbage shit I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
Like bro, who wrote the script, and how drunk or high, or were they in a singular grade, like 6th, 7th grade, writing this and like being like, here's some pages that probably sound okay, that should belong in an adult show. Like it was that took me out of it a lot of the time. But some of the things I think they're trying to introduce in the story, like, hey, we find out like her mom is dead. Hey, she was in a mental asylum. She did have a breakdown. Like there's a lot of things that you can go back and watch the first episode and come back and watch and be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I like that they're starting to bring some loops around and close some loops and answer some questions for us that they didn't do in the first episode. But I think overall, I'll say it again, there's a lot of cinematography that just draws me in, and then there's some of it where I'm like, it fell flat. It just
talking about nipples? Are you talking about nipples?
Always. When am I not? When am I not? Let's be honest.
Isaac's nipples. Woo!
Yeah,
Jeff, lift up that shirt, boy.
No one wants to see that.
Brownie 101 ABC. I think you might be right. And I think the story goes is that actually it's like the Weeknd's involvement kind of changed this up, where he actually ended up, it's in his house now. A lot of more of the scenes are based on, his connection with Jocelyn. But who knows?
So I will say, Blake, I think that
thank you for coming in, Matt. We appreciate you.
Matt. Yeah, Matt.
We live for this shit. Like, if you love the show, I think that's great, because I think what's great about TV and movies in general, you find what you love about something or what you hate about something, but it's all keeping us watching. So they've already they've got the views.
And we can all gather here, lovers and haters, lovers and friends, as Little John used to say, and we can all like just come together as a community. And I think that's the most beautiful part about all this. So keep tuning in. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Matt. Chaim, what were we saying?
Well,
oh damn,
nothing. All right, go back to Bill. Bill, what were we
do that?
Well, yeah.
You'll get it one day. I believe in you.
Can you bring Matt K's? I just don't think it's as bad as everyone who's watching. Yeah, that one. See, I agree that we still have a long way to go. I wouldn't judge this entire series, but we're just talking about this
what we've seen
moment.
Yeah.
And at this moment, this episode sucked.
This magic moment.
But I do agree with Blake that this episode was better than the last.
The last one, yeah.
Yeah, the last one.
Was Donald Glover involved with this show? And some capacity?
Donald Glover threw up when he worded this script.
Brownie disagrees.
Donald wasn't involved.
Fight. We're fighting in the comments. Let's do it.
But what if Donald Glover had starred in it instead of The Weeknd?
It'd be great.
Then we'd all love it. We would all love it.
Whoa.
Because we love him and because he's just a better actor.
Who's directing at that point?
Here, Mariah.
Well, hopefully at some point we can throw Sam in the garbage disposal. But until that point, Sam Levinson still.
I think a lot of the issues here was directing.
Yeah, directing.
I don't know.
The writing.
I think it's literally the story. I think it's the story.
You think it's the story? I think it's
Jocelyn.
I think they're not leaning into the pimp.
Yeah, we need more pimp.
That's interesting.
Well, knowing what Jocelyn is, like, we don't really know who she is. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think that's interesting because I think that Lilly-Rose's acting was the best in the episode, especially when she's breaking down about her mom.
Yeah,
that was just like that was so real and good.
Yeah, I have it on in the background. It's at that part right now, and it is. It's like the shots are tight. She's good. You feel bad for her.
So, Kirsten, I'm just a little bit past you where, like, she's ready for Tedros to come over. And just when she's putting those shoes back on after, her feet's been torn up. And just, like, you see the pain on her face. Like, I actually think that's a travesty of this show. I think the acting at times is amazing.
Yeah. The background cast, or not the background cast, the side characters are great. The little side conversations are where the writing is strongest.
Yeah.
It's the big moments where they want big chunks of dialogue, like almost like Chat GPT wrote it. It's just so robotic at times.
Chat GPT, it'd be like, Chat GPT, tell me how to have sex. It's like, please have your throat so wet. It's like, ooh, this is good. Oh,
you're like, Chat GPT, how do I get my throat so wet? And GBT's like, stick your throat.
I'm sorry, I just found out in the chat right now that there's only 5 episodes of this series.
I thought there were 6.
6, yeah.
Look, I take back what I said earlier. This whole show looks like it's going to be a bomb. We only got 6 episodes. We got to get something, man. Something got to get done.
I think that, like, the pacing, I think, is one of the weirdest, or one of the biggest problems of the show. Because even the scenes that I really like the music video scene, it would, like, kind of went on for a little too long. Of course, all the sex scenes and shit like go on for way too long. But like even that scene, I was like, oh, I got it. I got the point. We can move on.
No, again, this was part of the Chat GPT. They're like, Chat GPT, how long should a sex scene be? And it's like forever. And you're like, ooh, that's new. All right.
So, and the interesting thing is, like, the music video, it wasn't necessarily. It's that it went on too long, but it's not like the end was the annoying part. It was the middle.
Yeah.
Like the end part where her feet are broken and bloody and she's still trying to go on.
That was powerful.
It's so powerful.
I like that a lot.
So do you think that her feet were bloody like that, though? Because she already had Band-Aids on her.
Yeah. It's prior. So this is like symbology of, like, she's carrying this pain with her and still trying to be, like, performative and be like, no, I'm still number one. I'm still way better than all these people think I am, and I'm trying to prove it. But and this is a symbol of all of everything that I'm carrying on.
Did she also not? But do you think that the Weeknd, Tedros, did he do that to her? Like, because he messed up her inner thigh. He
messed up her inner thigh.
That's a question I have.
Off screen.
Do we think?
Yeah, like off screen, because he cut up her inside of her thighs, and she didn't do that to herself.
Well, that's the question. One, do we think mental illness? Because in her thigh for cutters, sorry for the derogatory term, but for cutters, inner thigh is a popular place to go for because it's hidden. So my question is, one, is it that she's cutting herself? Two, is it the explanation we're later given that like, oh, a glass broke because she was masturbating too hard?
Yes.
Or, dude, Tedros had a knife.
Exactly.
Tedros was like poking the knife already. Did he get a little fun with it and like, oh, I'll cut her here and there?
Could have been, yeah. I think it might be all of those things a little bit, you know? Because she's just so on, you know, this character is supposed to be so on the edge and just so not with it. And I think episode 2 was really good. Again, she killed it this episode. She was good. Not great, but good. And you can see just how mentally strung out she is. And it's not even really off the drugs. It's not even off the alcohol. She's
crazy.
Tired.
Yeah.
Well, she also
tired.
They established first episode, she makes terrible decisions. She got nut on her face on Twitter. That's a bad decision. You can't do things like that.
Or is it?
And I'm still like trying to figure out like where that picture came from. They mentioned an ex-boyfriend that was a slime ball. I almost kind of think that maybe she like put it out there or some way. But
also, think she tarried it. She made some fake.
Yeah, she made some fake video. I also, I mean, that's telling that you said that she released it, because if you see her while she's eating breakfast, she goes through, I don't know, I guess it's Twitter or something, but the picture's there and she's just like,
yeah.
Well.
And she didn't seem like very concerned about it. When,
not
I
all.
used a different photo.
Wasn't her whole thing like, I mean, man, wow, it could have been so much worse.
Right.
Wasn't that what she said in episode 1?
Oh, you mean there could have been more jizz on her face? Is that what you mean by worse?
And I will be verifying.
I'll also
in a little bit.
going to bring a quote from the first.
Did anyone else love Leia just being like, I don't think that's technically what Bukkake is?
Hey, right.
She's my favorite character. She's my favorite character in the show.
She continues to be an interesting character, and whatever they have planned for her, I don't like.
Yes,
oh no, she's going to have a terrible time.
Oh, she's probably going to die.
You know, I wasn't going to say that flat out, but I got you, Captain.
But I get the vibes. I'm going to quote Jane Addams from the first episode and say, "Who hasn't had that on their face, right? Am I right?"
I was like, "Wow, you had a very interesting life."
All right, let's like kind of like gather a little bit, and I do want to play this clip right here.
Oh, I got worried. What clip?
I was like 9. We got kicked off last time.
No, we didn't.
We might this time.
So, how do you guys feel about
Bill's,
like her?
Bill's like, that's how I get ready for the club.
Night out in the mirror, just like, yeah.
And then he puts on that fuzzy hat, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
That's how I get ready for the podcast.
No wonder you're all jacked up all the time, bro.
Right? Coffee.
So my thing is, I feel like that was another callback to Prince, because there is that.
He didn't dance like that.
There's the rumor that on I forget the episode with like Dear Vicky or not episode, the song or track Dear Vicky or whatever on the Batman soundtrack, it is actually, there's the rumor it's actually Kim Basinger's moans from when he was hooking up in the studio.
Okay.
Wow.
I thought you meant
obviously
the dance
it's just
movement.
a rumor. No. It's the freak.
Sounds like JPEG.
We did talk about Prince in the first episode and in this.
And they have a Prince reference in this episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Weeknd loves Prince, as he should.
And the most famous Prince line in the song is, "Oh."
The iconic Prince moment when he said.
Also, seriously, he is like the best guitarist of all time. Just say that.
Oh, dude.
Rolling Stone assholes.
But this leads to a conversation with Jen, and she's like kind of like tearing into her.
He came to you and he said, we should cancel that tour. And you said, no, Nikki, don't, please. I can do it. Trust me. And then a week before you're going to play Madison Square Garden, I get a call that you are out of your fucking mind.
Babbling up on the roof. So in this moment, I was kind of like on the producer side here. I was like, you know, she's kind of right. If you already kind of like fucked up this whole other thing and you're on your redemption tour, maybe, you know, just do one for them and then do one for yourself.
For you, yeah.
The one after, right?
Othelius has this right here. She really cooked this up in the studio thinking, yeah, the street's going to love this one.
Everywhere
Sit on it just a little bit.
Nah. So here's the thing. I would say that you're both right and wrong on this one. Nikki is absolutely right in her message and absolutely wrong in her delivery.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but like, how young is Jocelyn? You gotta, I know it's annoying, but you have to fucking like, you gotta sugarcoat this shit because she's so vulnerable. And by the way, I'll say this. If going on what Othelia said, yeah, the street's going to love this one here. If I'm Nikki, I'm telling Jocelyn, like, hey, how about this? How about we go with what we're planning, this, that, blah, 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 blah. A month after we release the album, you release the director's cut.
Drop a remix. Drop the remix.
You know, whatever you want, and then we see how it goes. The fact is, and by the way, Chaim and the others, they call her out. And they're like, yo, you were way too hard on her. And the fact is they're right. And again, I cannot imagine how annoying it must be to show up, especially considering I doubt she's your only client. Yeah. You show up and you're like, all right, fine. Like, what do you want to show me? And you're like, God damn it. Can you just follow the fucking game plan? But that's your job. And you make a lot of money for that job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just what happens in Hollywood with artists, any artist. Like, if you're making the money, people want to, everybody around you who's making
that comment,
because of you, their only interest is you continuing to do what you do to make money so they can keep making more money.
Make it more money. Yeah.
Exactly. Because as soon as you stop working, they stop having you know, but
you know,
also
there's
that seemed
like when you're
to me because it was just a long exposition, like, oh, y'all wondering why she's crazy? This is why she's crazy. Her mama died, and then this has been going on the last 5 years on this show.
And they should have used like some type of form of like show don't tell for like a lot of those little tidbits. If we need to establish Jocelyn, like we really don't know nothing about her. She's like just as a mystery as Tedros is. And I think that was like to the detriment of the show.
Yeah.
We want to know what she's been through, or else we really don't care what she's currently going through now.
Right.
Which I also understand trying to slow roll that because that's how you build the story. But then you don't throw the other parts on top of this that are ignoring that fact, you know?
Sure.
Right. That's why it all should have happened in the first episode. Like, come on. Pacing is everything, especially on television. Like,
well,
it's so insane that this is such a bad look.
I'll say this. If the Weeknd's pacing is like this show, is like his sex, it's garbage. It's absolutely garbage.
You're getting a lot of
hot, steaming trash.
3 click pumps and 1 slow pump.
Right. Who, baby, are you at?
I'm going for that ride.
Yes, ma'am.
This random dude.
My suggestion to you, pure grateful.
Oof.
Put on that face, the grateful one.
I do really like this actress. I do really.
Oh
like
yeah,
I mean, she does a great job.
She played an asshole in Atlanta too.
We talked about that last
You missed
episode.
it. You missed it.
Same outfit.
Of
too.
course, I fucking did. I'm so sorry.
Same outfit, too. Same outfit. That's the way.
So,
Coward.
She's pissed.
Now,
She's pissed
you
now.
guys know there's another
That is a full-on
Prince.
whale tail, though. You were right about that.
I feel like you can't really have a proper storm out when your wheel
You're
tail
like,
is like,
this is like,
I'm
damn,
leaving.
That is
Wow.
digging.
That was so 90s. That was so Aaliyah.
It's back now. It's back in. I hate it.
Now, you guys know that's technically another Prince correlation there, right?
Prince Worth.
Yeah, he always had.
So no. So when Nikki was like, "Oh, appear grateful," no, we're not going to do that. Blah blah blah. The entire reason Prince went to the artist, which then became the artist formerly known as Prince, was because he fulfilled the number of albums in his contract.
Mm-hmm.
So they could not make any more money, and he was like, "But I still have music to make." So they're like, "Well, too bad. We own your fucking name." And he was like, "All right, blah, 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 blah. I'm this symbol." And they're like, "Huh? So what are we supposed to call you?" He's like, "I don't care. The artist." But like Prince gave such a fuck you to the album or to the people that owned his name that he actually gave floppy disks to all the billboards, charts, and all that shit so they could print that fucking symbol in their magazines. But it came to Prince wanted to do something that his record, his producers, all that shit were like, "No, fuck you. We own your shit." So Prince went to a point where he's like, "Then I'll just do it my own way." So I'm wondering if that's where Jocelyn's going to go, which especially bringing in Tedros.
Yeah, he's going to become part of the team.
Are you saying because Prince and Tedros were light skinned?
No, I'm saying because Prince is the correct way to do things and Tedros is the wrong.
You're supposed to say 2 times, though. So y'all gonna quit being disrespectful to Tedros. You're supposed to say 2 times. Tedros.
It's funny.
I'm saying Prince's Golden Album was the best album. We're gonna get a lot of heat right there.
Can we kick Jeff off this show?
You
Prince was amazing.
Tell me it's not amazing.
So just to clear this up, she said it was glass that broke on her thigh. I think he pressed it on her in the studio. It explains his weird methods with the shock collar too. And this is where we get
like breaking her down to make her dependent, like that kind of thing.
So
we get that.
That's the thing.
That's when he calls right there. So I think it is a little bit ambiguous about
how it happened.
How it happened, right? It could have been inflicted by Tedros. It could have been inflicted by her, or it could have been that moment she was just squeezing her thighs too tight while on the phone with Tedros, which is the hilarious version and the most embarrassing one I can think of. And that's going to be my headcanon for that at least.
I do think that's the most likely theory.
Sorry, Bill, what were you saying?
I think she did it. I think Tedros did it because Tedros. I think he did it because she was touching herself with the glass and choking herself a little bit, and that's kind of what's going on. And they was doing some weird stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Some kinky shame. And I will kink shame. I'm not gonna do it today. Just so y'all know, I don't care about your kinks. I will shame.
That's funny that we've been mentioning Prince a lot in this show, but it's doesn't Prince have a reputation for at least making these he obviously named Carmen Electra. There's the Spaces. I can't remember the name of her name right now, but
all of them
told the story about doing a jam session with Prince for 3 straight days. And he's apparently a hard ass when he runs his all female band. Do you think that there's a lot of inspiration with Prince?
When he ran it, Prince is dead, right, Alex? I didn't want to break the news to you this way, but the whole time you were saying that, you're his and it was present tense. He's dead.
Yeah, sorry, he's still alive in my heart and mind.
That's just a
he's
conspiracy.
Always alive in here.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, I see your point.
So, real quick, it's Third Eye Girl.
Third Eye Girl, yeah.
I love Prince. God damn it!
I miss him. I wish.
All right.
He had
It's gonna say a big Prince section in the.
I mean, I'm just
the
saying
sectional.
that whole Rolling Stones thing where they snubbed him, and yet he still came on and rocked the shit out of it. Whoo! Anyway, back to this though.
You're doing your best Bill Walton impression right now. But
all right,
I'm gonna put that in right now.
I got a theory.
tell me your theory. You know we want to hear it.
Naked, but booty naked as soon as she got to Jocelyn's house. My
Chloe?
theory.
Yes,
Is her name Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay.
her name's
Chloe.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't even remember her names, man. You know, but I just remember the black people's names in the shows. But
That's honest.
yeah, when they get there, Chloe gets butt booty naked like immediately, then jumps in the pool, and then she starts looking around and stuff. I got a theory that somebody's gonna get shot or killed in this series, and I think Chloe,
of course.
I think Chloe's gonna be the one.
You think Chloe's the one?
I think Chloe's like.
Oh no
She was
no.
creepily watching them while they were getting it on.
Like,
she was like,
I think she wants to like replace Jocelyn.
I think
Yeah.
like she was the first muse.
I
It's all
think
used up.
Yeah.
I think Tedros is planning for Jocelyn to die, and then Chloe will do like a cover of one of Jocelyn's songs. It's like, oh my god, what a great tribute! Let's look at this unexplored talent.
So,
Well, they were already trying to replace her with Diane, the backup dancer.
Yeah.
And that's what Nikki's trying to do.
I think that's what Nikki's. Yeah.
But she's a Tedros hoe. Yeah.
But she's Tedros' hoe, so Tedros is doing that. Tedros, man. Look.
Tedros.
He's playing both sides of it. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah,
Man, that's why I know he's a pimp. That's how I know he's
That's right.
And yeah, I
Count
think that's
Pimpula.
the manipulation angle. Sorry, we're messing now.
Oh no, go for it. The manipulation.
Let's be honest. We've interrupted you guys enough. Go ahead.
No.
But we, I mean, I.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, the manipulation angle of the show is like the most interesting thing about it. Like whether it's Tedros, or if it's like all these other characters, like this whole supporting cast is manipulating her in some form or fashion. Even I can't remember the actress's name, but Black Homegirl. She's like, she seems like she has good intentions. She, like we all mentioned earlier, all these people aren't going to be employed without her. So everybody's got sort of an angle when it comes to supporting her in whatever.
Yeah, because everybody's support is always pushing her to do what she'd like to do more.
Right.
Nobody's support is saying, like, even when they're telling her to, like, okay, take a minute, like, if you need more time, but nobody's saying, like, hey, we don't need to be doing this. You need to take time off. You need to not, like, we need to go get you some help. We need to get you some therapy. Yeah. Like, you ain't met her therapist this entire time. It kind of reminds me of, like,
well, her therapist is Tedros.
Tedros.
That's not helpful for anybody.
You don't need that kind of therapy, boy.
All right, I got a question for everybody. What did everybody think about this Tedros backstory? He's this mysterious person. He owes people money.
I mean, I love Hawaii.
Oh, I believe that he owes people money.
No, he is Hawaiian.
That's what it tells me all I need to know about him every single week.
He's got a rat tail and he owes people money, probably for braiding his rat tail. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we got to see with that for no reason.
That was the most hilarious shot of this episode. I have it pulled up right now. When
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
He's on the line. It cuts to this. It cuts to this chick making sure it's tight and crispy and like on the
right.
Chair, just
That's
like,
right.
Better make this look right.
Come on over here, it's not my rat tail, bitch.
Trying so hard to make it look cool, but it's an impossible task here.
It's like, he's not giving him like dope braids or anything. Like
right.
That. It's just like the worst.
Why did they give him dope braids or
ridiculous.
dreads or something?
There's a powerful voice inside you.
Bro, you cannot say that
I'm
while
over
you're
here.
getting your rat tail braided.
Although,
It doesn't work.
I'm braiding my hair.
You
I'm braiding
getting
that
your
hair.
braid done.
although,
Phone.
think of the confidence you have to walk around LA with a goddamn rat tail.
Oh man, yeah, you only walk around downtown LA with that. Hollywood.
So I think this leads into a good question that I had for the group. So Isaac, first off, Jesus Christ wannabe Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Dyed hair and multiple piercings everywhere. So do you guys think that Isaac and Diana, are they buying what Tedros is putting out there, or
Are they in on it?
are they in on it? Yeah,
No,
exactly.
they all in on it.
Diana's
Yeah, bro.
Diana's
So-
like one of his little birds.
Maybe both?
And she's like bringing in
Mhm.
more people to be part of the.
I'll agree there,
thing. Mhm.
but I think Isaac fully believes in Tedros.
No,
I think Isaac and Chloe, they're
Yeah,
they're
I-
drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you not?
And-
Wait a minute,
and I
believe in
think-
Tedros.
I think Diane's making the Kool-Aid with him.
no, I
Yeah,
think
it's
that-
like Charles Manson. They're Mansonites. They're
Mhm.
following. They're like, oh, I can't wait.
But the Mansonites fully believed the world was ending. I don't think Diana believes the world's ending. I think Diana's like, here's how I make some money.
Hang on,
I got all
Bill.
kinds of-
Bill what
Sorry,
are you saying?
Panthers, I keep interrupting.
No, you're fine. I just got so many thoughts about it. We can't go down the rabbit hole of the
Yes, we can do it now.
No, we cannot do that. We cannot
Yes,
do that.
do it.
But I think that if it wasn't for that scene where the one that Nine just pulled up, when it continues, you see Isaac talking to the other girl at the same
Right,
time.
right,
It
yeah.
was like this is
And-
all I needed to see right here. Yeah.
They're all capping the whole time. So I think that everybody's in on it because they're all his hoes. So he has mind control over these bitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start
Yeah.
talking like a pimp. He got mind. I'm gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
So
I'll play
I
this
just,
clip right here.
I'm sorry, this clip is killing me, Nine, because I just get this
I
visual.
realized my phone was on silent all day, and my assistant had my phone. And
So where you from originally?
Bro.
Like just that cut. I
The
was like,
voice.
oh, something is
Wow.
very mischievous going on here.
Never been told that before.
You don't sound like you're
Can
from
I
New
ask you a
York.
question?
So
You're right.
For me-
do the voice, Alex.
So where are you from
Oh,
originally? Can I ask you, where is your bathroom?
you know, it's right down the hall. Do you need me to show you where it's at?
Yeah, it was like
No.
all of the black men say normal things like they're weird on this show. Like they all say things like you need to shower after he says everything.
This is it, right?
The buffalo wings are spicy.
The pimp
Yeah,
named
it's like-
Panthers.
Would you like to see me work out? I'm about to.
So
I just imagine that at the end of each take, when the day is over, that the Weeknd takes that wig off like a hat. He just and then hangs it up.
There's
when
no
the rat
way.
tail, he just it's like a whole it's like the raccoon hats.
You're telling me
Raccoon hat, he just takes it off.
you don't think the Weeknd went full on method and went like, I need to embody?
I don't because that bump is too big. It looks like the wig bump where a girl didn't braid her hair down. She didn't know what to do. She just got the wig bump.
You think he's pulling a Snooki?
Maybe he just got a hump in the back of his head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
we're body shaming again.
So here's my thing. This scene.
That's not body shame. I like the hump in your head, Weekend.
It's humpalicious. Yeah.
So my thing is, this scene makes me think that Isaac Rodman is in on the scam.
Are his eyebrows blonde too?
But
He went
yes,
there.
they
Yes,
are.
they are.
He
Yes,
went
they
for
are.
commitment.
But when he's like mid fucking Leia, he starts talking about the church that Tedros brought him into. So like originally I was like, oh, he's like a collaborator. But then after we see that scene where he and Leia are hooking up, which by the way, one of my favorite things about this episode, Leia's clearly suspicious of him in that moment, but still fucks the shit out of him. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like an interrogation but with a fucking on the side.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah,
"So,
you know.
I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of
really come from?"
accurate for LA interactions sexually. That is pretty accurate.
But
Will
when he's talking with her, it seems very much like, oh, he's a cult follower at that point.
Yeah.
As opposed to the scene we just watched where it felt like he was a co-conspirator.
It feels like, I'm going to say this as somebody that's just sort of dabbled in a lot of different fields.
A lot of different cults.
We'll take that as you will.
Fields. But if you notice, so she'll ask him a question. He will not answer the question. He will respond with a different entire thing. She's like, "Oh, where have you been?" He's like, "You're so beautiful." And it's like,
he's gaslighting the shit out of her.
It's
Well,
super
she is
gaslight.
beautiful. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, but
relax.
he's doing it not to be nice. He's doing it to get rid of her questions
He's-
because
yeah,
she's totally trying to kindergarten cop him. Like, who is your daddy?
Right,
What
and
is he
he's
doing?
diverting. Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
Kirsten, I love you. Kirsten, I love you so much for that quote.
See?
He's trying to be so seductive.
Thing with Tedros.
You know Tedros?
God, you're stunning.
See, like that,
Yeah.
complete diversion. It's so
Wow,
as-
Blake, I'm
as somebody-
sorry, but she is stunning. I don't know why you need
No,
to
man,
hate on her looks and how beautiful she is.
He's using all the hoe terms. He's using all the hoe terms. He's a hoe too. He's like doing all the things hoes do when they're trying to get your money. Like, oh girl, you like when he asked her to take, he said, "You gotta show me around and you gotta show me around sometime."
Yeah.
It
That's what
literally.
he's saying, you gonna pay for me to go to New York one day, and you gonna show me around and pay for
Fly
everything.
me out. Fly me out language.
I mean, literally, the scene that we see him in is Tedros being like, "Here's how you fuck, because you got to get that money." He's pimping guys and girls. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Yeah.
That's what
All
pimps
the
do.
best pimps
Good
do.
pimp. That's
to
what
the
pimps
point.
good
You
pimps.
can't just have women hoes. Are you kidding?
Well,
2023 in this economy.
there's a difference between being like, "No, that's not the best. Here's how you fuck," and being like, "No, that's not good. Shock, 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 shock."
No, you got to raise the level because you know you got different hoes, different levels. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
What you gotta understand. Look, see, the field that Blake was talking about earlier is a pimping field, and the only thing they grow out there is hoes.
I just want to be honest.
And you gotta water
And
the hose daily.
Ruin that field. I got you. Okay, now I'm on.
Right.
Now I'm following.
That
Thank
is one
you.
of-
Thank you.
I do, yeah, definitely. Just to use scientific terms, I do think that Isaac is his bottom bitch. Where he is a hoe and an agent.
Right.
But I do feel like also, yeah, like that's one of the more interesting things about the show is like you kind of see how dark his relation, like Tedros's relationship could be with all of his followers, and now you're seeing like, now Lilly-Rose Depp is slowly letting him
Caught
in.
up.
Like now, what's her life gonna be like now that
I'm
she's
gonna
in
be
this emotional
Isaac.
state?
I'm gonna be
Great.
Isaac.
Right.
Tedros. I'm gonna
I
be
like
Isaac.
this. I like this. I like this. Let me watch this.
Yeah. Hey, Tedros. You see those white girls over there? They're just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to them and separate them, and you attack.
Just like I taught you.
That's right. I'll be right back. Don't touch that button.
And this was the first episode of The Idol. Thank you very much.
I'm just gonna say, I'm
Do that every week.
I'm so excited to watch your guys' new show, Not Safe for Work. Whose lines it anyway?
Idols.
Bantha Idols. Bantha
Just
Idols.
like I
That's
Well,
right.
taught you.
So I have an opinion. I think we'll have the same opinion. Going back an episode, do you guys think Tedros sent Isaac after Leia while he
Yes.
was hooking up with
Oh,
Joss?
yeah.
Yeah. Reenacted it for you, clearly.
This
We just-
motherfucker took out.
Literally, like I think that's
Yeah.
literally what happened.
Yeah, this
Like,
That was the whole
motherfucker took
first
out
episode.
his 2004 razor, and
Uh-huh.
it's his 2004 purple razor, and he sent Morse code to that other motherfucker, and he said, "Blonde man, get there, move on her, stun on her." Can't say, I don't know.
Get it.
Tell you what,
Here we go.
it worked.
She said,
Well, she was an easy target too.
Whatever the Predators are saying these days.
Dom Bishop, Bantha Wan. That's right.
Bantha Wan. That's right.
That's the one right there, boy. Okay, I want to bring. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, I was going to say, there's a shot particularly that I love about the first episode when it was the framing, when she was outside of her house and it was daylight, and she was in like her red robe, and it looks so beautiful in the first episode. I think it's 5 minutes in, close to 5 minutes in, and it's just her being framed on the door, and like you see her looking outside, and it's an absolute gorgeous shot because it's so square, it's just nice. They copied that shot in this second episode at 32 minutes and 23 seconds in, and I was very sad by that because it's almost as if wait, and I'll tell you why.
You're really nice.
I don't know why you're being sad, baby. So
I was very sad.
I was deeply troubled by this
because it's as if an artist puts out the same track on a second album, and you're like, bro, we already know that that's a hit. Like,
like when you see
don't
a
have to
comedian the second time and he told the same joke.
Yep.
Yeah, that one right there, 9. That one right there. So this shot right here, it's beautiful, but they do it again in the second episode. Mm-hmm. So here's my take at this. You can, if this is the second time they do it, and it's like, okay, we just want to have a callback in the second episode. Okay. But at this point, you need to do this shot now in every single episode for it not to be played out in this one, for me not to hate it. Like, either have it as a great singular shot in the first episode, or now you have to make it a theme because you just included it in the second episode.
I got a question for you.
There it is.
What if someone dies in that? What if she dies?
Like she's gonna throw herself off the balcony? Is that why they keep focusing on it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just however she dies.
And then they show Diane looking over like her new kingdom.
Maybe Chloe looking over the new kingdom.
It would be interesting if
really y'all think Chloe's gonna make it.
Chloe's got a voice than Joss.
Does she have gonna make it energy? Like, be honest with
me. Maybe Joss kills Chloe on that balcony.
Right? You know what vibes I get from Chloe? You ever watched the movie X? Mm-hmm. The ginger girl in that Pearl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Chloe gives Pearl vibes.
I don't know. It sounds like white trash. It's just white trash.
That's 100% correct.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I get. That's exactly the kind of vibes I get from the white.
You'll be surprised to find out it was based in Texas.
That's why I think Chloe's dangerous because white trash they can get dangerous. You know what I'm saying? They tough and they don't fuck around. And maybe
I mean, what's her face from Orange Is the New Black?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say I'm very interested in what the call sheet looked like for the character Chloe. Like, we need someone who is a classical pianist and who can sing her ass off and is also willing to be naked on screen.
Okay, I know the girl. I know the perfect girl.
Of course you do.
Yo, that's Bill's ex.
Wow.
That's Taylor Missiak's understudy.
I've only had three girlfriends my entire 37 years on this planet, so I don't have many exes.
Yeah, which makes this even more awkward.
Yeah, we know exactly who we're talking about.
Right? Bill, this one's for you. Chloe's dad definitely voted for Trump.
Really?
That's right.
And then Trump probably peed on her too.
People.
Well, which is awkward because Chloe didn't know there was an election going on.
I can't hear the name Chloe, and I'm sorry to anybody actually named Chloe out there. It's actually a really cute name, but all I ever hear in my head is that Austin Powers 2 scene where Dr. Evil is talking about his life, He's like, the details of my life are quite inconsequential. And he's talking about how when he was 16, a prostitute named Chloe ritualistically shaved his testicles. I know that was a long
that is
shit to get
ingrained
there.
in your memory. That's a Kirsten core memory right there.
Kirsten and
That's how
I,
my brain
never
works.
the same.
I have a very different memory. I'm not going to talk about.
Chloe?
Yeah, very much so. So,
Oh,
but
that's not a good one.
like before OnlyFans was a thing, type of model. But you know what?
I want to go
sounds
off
delightful.
this. It's an
Oh,
earlier
now you want
comment,
to get away from porn. Let's go then.
and it's saying here, going back to your point of just pilling plots. What are they doing with the journalist? And
Right,
we
yeah,
go around
why
here. Why is the journalist like very prevalent? Apparently, they're writing a Vanity Fair piece on Jocelyn.
Yeah, I don't think this is the puff piece
But
they
it's
think
really
it is.
weird. It's
an
a really weird
expose.
inclusion
Well,
because
I
now
think-
she's just talking to like a random guy that we
Mhm.
haven't even really been introduced to.
Well, no, we have been. It's he was the guy that was supposed to, correct me if I'm wrong, but like he was the guy that was supposed to be in charge of like the videos and like the cinematography and like the basically the direction Jocelyn's videos were supposed to go, but then Nikki is sitting there like, shut the fuck up. Oh, woke motherfucker, blah 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 blah. And
Like,
so
are you saying was that this episode? Or
no, that was last episode.
last episode? Okay.
But I think that this is the same guy.
He's the guy who's taking photos of the person.
Yeah. He was the guy who was super frustrated last episode. And I think the entire point is it's to bring up our Vanity Fair interviewer is not actually following Jocelyn. She's following Nikki. And the issue is Nikki is actively undermining Jocelyn because that's what makes more money for Nikki. So I think it's a part of like explaining that like, hey, kind of part of the whole, industry, the music industry, the managers and the agents and all this shit is it's not Jocelyn's words. And it's not even what's best for Jocelyn. It's what Nikki thinks is best.
Yeah.
And that's why she's starting to put up
I thought it was kind of like
Dillian?
interesting, like just watching this scene, and I want Alex's take right after this.
All right, let's get ready, guys. We're gonna go after this.
Like she kind of sneakily pulls out her journal. She first says, "Off the record." Yeah. What are you thinking about this whole kind of like side quest that's going on, Alex?
Right. Yeah. It's interesting with the journalist character. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's going to be some sort of bombshell, either like the penultimate episode or the last episode where the Vanity Fair story finally drops, and it's not what anybody thinks it's going to be. Whatever anyone thinks it's going to be with this shit show of universe that she's she's looking at. I mean, it's like it's going to be crazy no matter what.
Very much so. Some Almost Famous vibes. Her character's got going on.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like I'm curious at how that's gonna play out. But yeah, it definitely seems like she's they're like more so just I don't know, just picking up the pieces of what's going on, and we're gonna get like a big Vanity Fair story like in the last episode.
Yeah, like a big expose.
You're right. Like it's gonna like kind of like tell all the article is going to be named The Idol, and they're gonna build on this. We got the perfect story for you, Chief.
Very good.
But that does cut to like this hilarious scene too.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Thank you.
What kind of color? Does he look Hawaiian?
I don't think he's Hawaiian. I think his hair is straight and it's kind of long and
That could be.
So they're like kind of like figuring out now, like who the fuck is this guy? Who is Ted? His name is Tedros Tedros, like
Tedros.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tedros.
Tedros.
Put some
I don't
respect
know
on
why
his
you're
name.
so hold up on that.
Hawaii.
Yeah, what is so confusing?
But
right.
okay, my question is,
Say it with me now.
can we all agree Leia trying not to sound racist sounded so much more racist?
Right.
It doesn't work out.
It's like how do you describe a black person without describing that they're black? It's exactly what she's doing.
You know you can say black. Right?
If you're worried, you can even be like, he looks African American.
Tedros squared Kenya. With the Tedros
Kenya throwing T squares at us.
T squared. That's awesome.
Yeah,
damn it, I love you, Kenya.
And then we get this. Ooh, Jeff is just professing his love right here. And
like you don't love Kenya.
A little bit of like.
It fucking breaks my heart to see her like this. I don't know what this fucking is.
I'm really sorry, you guys. I knew you guys were tired. Take a minute.
And this is when her cast of himbos. But yeah, this is when we're starting to see like the breakdown a bit.
When she called for her mom, like that was like, oh my goodness, like bro,
right?
You out of there, homegirl.
That was the best.
I thought she was having a mental break.
Yeah.
I knew that was a good scene because I almost laughed. I knew. I was like, you know what? There's somebody going, damn, that was good.
It was Tedros.
Excuse me, it was Tedros.
That's her dad, actually.
Oh,
it's a Batman versus Superman little moment there. Why did you say that name? Why did you say Tedros?
My mom's name was Tedros.
Yeah, I mean the part where they just are like letting her go on, and they know the shot is all fucked up. They have like no backup cams or anything. I'm like, just stop it then. Just stop the thing.
No,
Please
I'm gonna
do
tell you
that.
what.
No.
What you're hoping is, as artists, you're hoping like, because even when you're like just recording a musician, you're hoping that they get that one good one out, even if it's not recording or something messes up. You get that one good one out so they feel good about themselves. Then we go, yeah, look, hey, that one was great, but now I just want to get one more. See, where they fucked up was they told her, oh, it was out of focus. See, they should have just played with her mind, just be like, that was great. Let's get one more, like just like that.
I will say, just to say real quick.
No, do it.
I feel like this music video is probably going to be a piece of shit anyway because
because of the basic premise.
It's one shot.
Yeah.
It's like I'm assuming the way that they're talking about it because
this is a one-day shoot.
They can't piece it together with like the millions of other shots they got and like edit it into a music video from like all those other performances. We're doing one shot from one angle.
Seriously,
this music video is gonna be garbage anyway.
$50,000. Me and Alex will do a music video in one day.
Yeah.
I was going to use you guys for my music video, but whatever.
I'll be like 400,000. I'll pocket that and then like make a nice little indie $100 music video. Like, okay, we good.
Make a little indie, horror movie about Frankenstein, but whatever.
And this is the moment here.
Mom?
What's up, John?
Bro.
She sold it when she.
And it's the distant footsteps that I'm hearing or seeing on the captions there. It's like, okay, she thought her mom was actually coming to like help her out. That's fucking tragic.
And you know what? That scene is where I gotta disagree with you, Othelius. I think as a videographer filming that scene alone, showing like the destruction of a poorly made or a poorly executed video, music video, but doing it in a way that expresses such emotion. If I'm the videographer, I'm having a blast.
No, I think
and I'm
Aphelios was
anxious.
saying that like in show.
No, in show, in being
Oh,
frustrated.
the director
That
lady,
was, like director being like,
that I can agree with,
hey,
because like we saw,
Shit trash.
she was the second best actor in this episode.
Was, but I felt like it was an inaccurate portrayal. Like the person who's in that position is usually like just fluffing whoever the talent is up 90% of the time. I mean, it's their money. It's nobody, it doesn't, there's no skin off whoever is in that position's back 90% of the time. It's not like their boss is gonna get mad. They are their own boss. They're contractually obligated to be there for that amount of time. So anything that goes over is going to come out of their budget, and they have to pay me more. So I felt like her like being all over aggressive was a bad depiction of like. Usually they're like very like hey man, how you doing, man? Like we're trying to work closely together so we can get a positive outcome.
Well, and I think that this was a portrayal that she works for Nikki and not for Jocelyn. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's usually not how that works. So that's why I felt like
no. But I think that this goes to the bigger picture, that this is more of portraying the least amount of control that an artist has. More so, this is what their team is doing. They answer to their team. They don't answer to the artist. Like, whether the artist wants this or not, like they really could give a shit less. They're like, is this so? I'm glad that you think that that's not okay, but Nikki, is this really not okay? The person that's paying me is in charge of my time, not the person that is going on over here that thinks that they're in charge. Which is why I think she made the comment, right? Like, she's like, is there two directors? I thought I was a director here. Like, and I think it's going to go to, maybe that's a bigger arch that we're seeing, where we think that this person has all this stuff and has all this control over their life. They have no money. They're borrowing from their manager. Their team is really the one that's holding them up. They're not holding up their team, and they might be replaced at any moment. And to top it all off, a club owner who has a rat tail is about to take advantage of her. Like, bruh.
and let's get back to that rat tail too, because I do have a question for you guys. And let's see here, right here.
Lower, Isaac.
That shock.
Fucking lower. Yeah. You're not a human, Isaac. Don't forget. You're a fucking star.
So I want everyone's answers, and I'm gonna put this in the chat as well. Are you participating in Isaac's summer workout plan? It's the new workout plan of the summer. You get low, you put the shock collar wherever you please, but it's got a shock, right? Alex, let me know. I know you just took a hit, but let me know, Alex.
Can you go back to that scene? Because I just noticed something.
Nine's favorite scene.
Yeah,
I'm already participating.
It just became my favorite scene, not to be no fun. Because is he wearing gold shorts?
Yes, he is. Oh,
gold undies. Gold undies.
So what is this motherfucking gold dust or some shit? Like, who is this?
How many people are laying in this club?
By the artist.
Let's talk about that.
The carpet matches the drapes. That's hilarious. That's good.
There's 1, 2,
3.
I think that's 3. That's
4.
Fourth one here.
The fact that you're using the mouse makes me happy.
6.
He got all kind of hoes, man.
And not including Tedros. And I think there's someone like off to the side over here too, just kind of like lounging about.
Yeah.
That's a hoe too.
It's very chill.
He a hoe too.
And it's straight up the afternoon.
I mean, I'm a very lazy person, and I'm trying to get my quads right for the summer. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this. I need some motivation. I need weekend orange in the shadows.
It sounds like a good enough time. I'm in.
Yeah, dance for me, boy. Yeah, he definitely did. That was weird. That was like, what was he getting him ready for? Is he like getting him ready to like? Because nobody does that on stage.
So confused about that.
I mean, is he getting ready to be a porn star? Like he's like, you're a star.
He's trying to make him D'Angelo. Oh, that's what it is.
D'Angelo.
We're all D'Angelo, by the way.
I mean, wasn't he just getting him ready for Leia?
And that was like,
Ooh, maybe.
He had never had sex before. He could with the
right.
Well, we already know that the script was not written by people who had sex. So
Tedros is such a sociopathic, fucking narcissist. Doesn't matter if you've had sex before. You haven't had Tedros sex.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know how to
You don't know how to fuck. Tedros knows how to fuck.
I like the idea of, although I do like the idea of Isaac just like combining it. It's like, no, I've never had sex before. Like, oh, you've never had sex? Well, we're doing it in this room.
All right. Yeah. Oh, put on the shot collar.
Yeah. Later he tells
Everyone fucks with the shot collar.
Later he tells Leia that he changed his life. That Tedros changed his life. But we just saw you getting butt fucked in the vibrator
Well,
thing.
technically, a change of life is not always positive, Bill.
Yeah, that's
So his life did change. Before that, he was a bank manager. He had a nice house, probably a family.
Yeah, black hair.
He was a pastor.
It's before
Yeah,
Dennis
so I was up
Rodman
on
got off
stage
those
just preaching
house
and
floor
shit.
things.
And then I saw Tedros.
Man, wait till you see the scene where Tedros makes him drown his cat.
You a dog person now.
Othelius, yes, that's what we're saying.
The Weeknd
Yes,
did. He's the first writer listed on the when you look up who wrote this shit.
Is he seriously this fucker?
And I do like how they were incorporating Diane and getting her to like just star ready. They're already like looking out for whoever comes next, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And in like this is she's in Blackpink, I'm pretty sure. So
is she?
Yeah, I think that's
well. So
she's
this is her first.
Famous.
This is her first ever acting role.
I think so. Yeah.
No. It is. I actually looked it up.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're incredible. Aubin, you can sing, you can dance. Aubin's going to take you to stage 5. I want her to lay down the track right now.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
And I think this is like all in service for Tedros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Also,
and yes, she is in Blackpink.
That girl after that was not enough or good enough to be just like go in there and record something. That was come on.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
so
it's the way she can dance is like how presentable she is. They're like considering a lot of different variables.
oh, absolutely. But I'll say this.
Shit.
At first, I was like, okay, Nikki's just a bitch. Nikki's just about the bottom dollar, which, by the way, like I can't even like get upset with her about. That's technically what her job is, but like you should have some loyalty to Jocelyn. But then when
she's the executive like person at the label.
Right.
The fact that she's even monitoring Jocelyn so closely at this point is crazy.
Exactly.
That's actually
what's not crazy is what happens when you are the big artist. But what's crazy to me, I mean, it's normal. I mean, Nikki has to do her job still, and more talent just because you're working with this girl. I mean, you got to bring on the new talent. But what happens is Nikki
she's in the mode is like I'm trying to turn around a tanker. Logan Roy is just like I'm in the middle of turning around a tanker, right? Like she's getting involved on a
absolutely, and that makes sense. Except she's prepping Diane to take over Joss's song. It's not that she's like, oh, Diane might be the next big hit. She's like, oh, fuck Jocelyn. Let's just use Diane right now. That's where it becomes
Why
different.
can't she write Diane a better song?
Because
Nikki doesn't care. Nikki's got the song. Nikki's got the song. The song sells. Now she just needs the girl to sell it.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the next episode?
No, I try not to because then it just makes me not.
Well, never mind. I won't say anything about.
Oh no, lay it out. Lay it out, Bill.
Do I get to see more Diane?
And
wait,
I actually like his character here too. When he's just talking to her, is like, I'm, trying to roll with you here, but this is becoming a disaster. You're throwing away hundreds of thousands of dollars just because you don't feel good this day. Like, that's why I'm like, yeah, just kind of like suck it up. But again, we don't really know where she's coming from. So where she's going is a mystery for us. But how she's acting right now, I'm like, you're making a lot of wrong decisions.
All the wrong decisions. And I like that scene too because it shows you that musicians don't be making no money. This bitch,
oh God, no.
She's like an icon. She's an idol, but he paying half her mortgage. Now, come on now.
Right. Exactly.
I'll be honest. I'm just glad to see Hank Azaria play a white role finally. I'm so sorry if you're upset, Hank Azaria. I do love you, but man, you've had some questionable choices.
You mean? I mean, he plays 40 different characters on Simpsons, and majority of them are all white. So I just
Not
want to throw that out there.
anymore. He stopped because of.
Didn't they kill off Apu?
Apu. They just stopped.
Oh.
They
They just stopped. He's
voicing
still
Apu.
on there. Okay.
Yeah, he's still on there.
I thought
He
he
just
quit.
doesn't do Apu anymore.
Vampires
That's
roll in, devils roll in to the Angel House.
That's a
With their
vampire.
perpetually red lighting car.
We
This
get
might
The
be
Lost
Chloe,
Girls.
who is kind of like my little is my manic pixie dream boo right now because
Manic
she
Pixie
just
Dream
takes
Boo.
off all of her clothes, jumps into the pool, and it's like
I
always
would like
big
Nine to
laugh,
just
and-
explain more about that.
What
I
needs to explain?
I would pull
Ra-
up
write
clip,
us a
but
Chloe
it's
haiku,
all
please.
naked.
I will say,
That was amazing.
I'll say this one. I don't know about how the rest of you guys feel, and I know it's skipping ahead a bit. I think Chloe's got a better voice than Jocelyn.
Duh.
Yeah, everybody does.
Right.
Nikki
Yeah.
even does, and she
Yeah.
doesn't sing.
Also, I think Isaac can't sing for shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
A
should
little
have just
loud.
shut the fuck up in that last scene. Like, hey man, we're listening to some good music. Why do you gotta?
Hey man.
They got to ruin
I
the vibe.
mean, if he had just made rebounds for the three-peat bowls, he would have been fine. Bro, he looks like he's trying to be Dennis Rodman.
I'm going to answer this question right here. I'm paying for all this. Is she broke? That's what they're implying.
No, I'm not, but thank you for asking.
No, yeah, I don't think she's broke, but because she offered to pay $400,000 for the next shoot day, but you got to manage your money, and so he looking at it like, look, this 6 months in, I can't keep doing this. I kind of look crazy, you're not fucking me, and so I'm just paying for your life. I'm not Zion Williamson in here, like I can't do stuff like this. I just feel like that's what's going on. He's just trying to let her know, like in a nice way, like in a fatherly way, like you got to get back out there, girl. You got to do something, or you got to, because I can't keep playing. You got to get a smaller apartment or something.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
I just
because
asked ChatGPT to write us a haiku about the idol.
Oh, yes.
Idols dance, dreams intertwine, HBO'S shrine shines.
That's
Beautiful
better
ChatGPT.
writing than they have on the show.
wait a second. Go back real quick. Whispers of fame's call, idols dance, dreams intertwine.
Oh, whispers.
Are you trying to write a Weeknd song?
Idols dance,
That is-
dreams
just did.
intertwine. Okay. HBO'S shrines. Okay, yeah. It's a haiku. Okay.
Chat GPT is very smart, Jeff. You need to stop.
Yeah.
You thought that?
No, actually, GBT's not.
All right.
Yes.
Should we get?
I'm not gonna get into this
the
now, but-
worst thing ever.
Calm down, Angel.
I guess we could talk about. So, Isaac explains how he met Tedros and he saw him singing in a church, which is like press X for doubt. And and then this is intertwined with the worst scene.
And then Leia's like, we should still bang down real hard, but I should tell my best friend.
Later.
When I'm done.
Later.
Yeah. Not in this episode.
Tomorrow.
And
Next week?
it's this right here, like
He changed my life.
he completely changed my life.
He transformed me.
He transformed me. He's a vampire, bro. Like, I know, okay, the devil or whatever, but that is vampire talk.
Yeah, that really is.
I used to go to church
with the vampire.
Tedros
No,
transformed.
he told a vampire like origin story. Like I used to go to church. He found me in church. Then he turned me, and then he changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like now I go out and I hunt people and I eat bitches.
That sounds like the devil as well. Also, to Jeff's point, Moses Sumney can really sing.
Yeah.
He's just not bringing it for this show for some reason. So the guy can really sing in real life, apparently.
Oh yeah, one of his songs, "Doomed," is beautiful. Check that out, fellas.
Why does he talk like? Does he talk like that in real life too? Shit.
No, he probably just can't act. But I will say that he probably his singing wasn't like terrible, but like, considering how amazing.
That seems to be an issue for this show.
It was a bad comparison. Like
bad shoot day.
Like, that was
He
a
just
time to
needs-
not.
He ain't had no tea and lemon that day. It was a bad
I agree with Athelius's last comment. This is the Lost Boys, but not as cool.
Or good. Or
Yeah.
good.
Or good.
That's an interesting.
Or good. Yeah.
So
Let's
it's
try
not
to
like
round
The
this
Lost
out.
Boys.
'cause-
What if Corey Hames is on the next
We need to
episode?
talk about the
What's that?
What
the
if
worst
what?
scene
Yeah.
ever. And I think
That's so hard to narrow down in this show.
Well, I think I know what he's talking about, but we might get flagged again.
Well, yeah. Actually, I'm just play the audio.
Don't
It's
do
gonna be a
it.
little awkward.
Don't play the
Is
audio.
is it taking
Of course.
coke from a dude with a rat tail?
No, it's actually past that part. It
Ju-
is what's being
I judged
called
Leia
the
so
worst.
hard for that.
Long list of bad decisions because
It-
you know
it's
that
being
cocaine
called-
was 9% cornstarch and the rest of it was just pipe cleaner.
I mean, I like cornstarch.
Baking, you don't want to put it up your nose.
Yeah, when she
it's
said,
been called the
All right.
worst sex scene ever in history.
Oh
from
no!
Latest articles, and we can listen to just a little bit of it.
The train.
Everybody close your eyes and imagine. This is the weekend making love to you.
He says, "My fat tongue. Imagine fat tongue on you."
My favorite part about tongues, their fatness, their width.
Yeah, I can play this because it's like zooming in on him and not.
While I suffocate you with my cock.
Mm.
I want you to choke on it.
I really wish he would have paused right here and been like, "Man, this fire is getting fucking hot." like he is right back to back on that guy.
But he won't because he's the devil. He's used to hot shit. I keep telling you.
Sounds like he sounds like he's recording us OnlyFans audio message.
Let's do an ASMR.
Turn around for me.
Just in there masturbating. That's okay.
Come over there.
Masturbating your shoulders.
Come over there, baby.
Right.
So yeah,
Ken-
this is video on television because it's HBO.
Yeah, that's right. And this is Kenya's opinion of those audio
This is
words.
It can't even be
Yeah, 'cause
steamy because it's just so boring.
I watched this
It's-
the first watch on my headphones, and I will say this: if you're listening like on your headphones right now, or somebody, you hear more of the like sucking and the and all that, like you
Squelches
hear all of
wetly.
the homing and the moaning, and it's just like way too much. It's like, and this is not gonna lead us in
Yeah,
any
that Foley
way.
artist was
Tell
working.
the
It
story
doesn't matter.
better
It
or-
really is not
Bring it down
really
your throat.
essential
Make
to the
that
plot.
throat wet for me. Yeah. Turn around for me. Yeah.
Question, pause. Aren't throats already wet? You don't need to know it. I'm already wet. This is just you're just.
I mean, Kirsten, obviously they are. Once there's a finger down them, duh.
You had to wait. Put something in there. It's not wet.
Yeah, why not drink water if you want
This
to
bitch
drink?
is choking up and down the street all day.
I would love it if she was like wet. Like you.
Yeah, just like wet. It's okay.
God, such a dumb episode. How did anyone even get turned on by this? I mean, like, you know.
The audacity.
Chloe really
He
can
might as well have been reading the back label of like fucking.
the nutritional package.
He's like calories 45. Total fat 0 grams. It's
Oh,
cholesterol.
Kirsten, no joke. That's a little hotter.
Sodium 15 milligrams. Why? Because I can make my voice.
I knew this nigga was bullshitting when he said she had a big ass.
He called it
she got
big and juicy.
Knew
Press
she,
X for
know he
doubt,
was
just a
lying
little
to
bit.
her ass like no.
I mean,
man,
it's a great, good tookus that she's got there, but
I believe you more though if he was like, shake those bones, watch yourself, shake those bones.
Tell me what you're working with.
I gotta agree with Film Age. I'll bet you the majority of the outtakes from this episode are people laughing at the dialogue.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I gotta fucking
I
stop.
would
What the
say
fuck
the
did you just
majority
say?
of the majority of the outtakes are like,
It's-
oh, Weeknd has another erection. Let's stop.
I gotta go. Oh my
Somebody come and
gosh.
defluff the Weekend.
Again.
He's done a job on this film set.
Again.
Cannot wait to go
sorry.
to South for Halloween.
That's the real world, Chloe, and how terrible her life is.
Oh man. Oh,
On
shit.
that note, let's start to round this out because it ain't getting no better than that.
That's my family.
I like how Chloe is tickling those ivories. She's tickling the ivories.
Well,
we all know.
but
you
the
want her to
interesting
tickle
thing
your
is, and now I don't play piano, but like this seems basic compared to the first time when she was just running the fucking keys, you know?
Classical. It's the difference
Yeah.
like classical and pop.
She also was playing that little keyboard, Casio keyboard thing when they were having the conversation about running the play on them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
at the
exactly.
At the club. Yeah.
Also, no one acknowledges that she clearly stole clothes from Jocelyn's closet.
No, she can sing. She can sing. So nobody cares. Everybody just cares that she put some clothes back on.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're
It's one of those classically drugged out parties where somebody just like they did. She looked over and she's like, "Who the fuck is that?" It's Chloe.
That's it.
Like you're supposed to know. Oh, it's just Chloe.
Oh, it's
yeah,
Chloe.
fuck it. Chloe's got on my dress.
Surprised you
Why did
didn't
she
know,
look-
stupid.
Why did she look traumatized after that session that they had?
Because
Why is she
Because
like,
she now sees what's happening. See how everybody's
it's
gathering.
the post-nut clarity.
This is a Game of Thrones moment where she's realized
Exactly.
she's on one side and the other side is taken over. Now
Well-
oh shit, I'm stuck in the kingdom.
So let me throw this one out there, though. We're thinking it's the post-nut clarity.
It's the post-nut
I'm
clarity.
wondering if it's actually more that like she's getting ready to hook up with Isaac and everything, and then she realizes like, oh, this is like cult-like behavior, and then she's like afraid to say no to him.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Game of Thrones moment.
Yeah.
She's like aware that, oh man, that shit that they do was
claws
just
are
that
coming
intel
in.
I got earlier from Littlefinger. I need to go back on what I was thinking because I thought he was cool, but see, he was trying to sell me off. He's just trying to sell me off to somebody else. So now you got to reorganize. You missed my Littlefinger joke. I ain't never gonna give you for that, Blake.
So the only other question I've got,
You got more?
so the only other question I got for the group is, I got one more. Do you guys think Tedros seduced Isaac the way he seduces everyone?
Yeah.
Yes. He's
The
a
way
pimp.
he's seducing Joss? Like, so,
Yeah.
whoa, no. But so more than that, do you think that Tedros slept with Isaac as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny.
And not even because he's actually bisexual, but because he's just a pimp like that. He's like, I'm gonna rape
he's got to
this bitch
exert his power.
regardless of gender.
Yes.
Yeah, dominance thing for him.
And he's just like, hell yeah, definitely did.
Amy Sophia Garcia, thank you. All right, that's where I was at, but I just want to make sure everyone else was. Blake, if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you because you're muted.
Yeah, just real
Yes.
quick. So, like
The answer is yes.
last clip here ends the episode here, and this tells a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because she's looking at Tedros and Jocelyn, and Tedros is looking straight back at her like, "I will kill you if you expose my vampirism."
Yeah.
That's the "I will light you on fire in a parking lot" look.
That was
done.
Bitch, you better have my money. Look. That was,
Yeah.
That's
Take
gonna
Isaac
make
to New
your
York
pieces.
look right there.
Yeah, you better take
Play your role.
y'all better have back.
All right.
But like, yeah,
Bring me back a fur coat.
the direction, the cinematography, like it tells a story here.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
that's like what's going on. It's just like,
I mean, even just like half her face
partially
is
in the
in
light.
shadow. Is she about to be
Yeah.
like two-faced? Who knows? You know?
No, I think it's like more so of her illuminance of like the situation. She's like kind of on the fence about this whole thing while she's
Right.
looking at
That's why she's
them.
half in, half out. Her fame.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, I think that means there's a lot going on. All right, question for the group.
Yes.
1,578 votes on IMDb. Out of 10, what do you think this is rated?
Ooh, I'm glad you went there.
Man, that's a lot of votes early.
It's better than the last one, so I think it is
4.5. I hate this.
Let me. So not 9. You saying that? Just a heads up. The last one was a 5.5.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. I'll say that this is a 6 right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 6.1.
Okay. Kirsten, you thought it was lower. What did you think?
4.5. Fuck this.
All right, and we got some banthas here. What are you guys thinking?
Banthas, what y'all on?
Price is Right rule 6.2.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Bill?
5.9, Bob.
5.9, Bob. All right. Our comments got it. It's a 5.0.
5.5. Okay.
Means I was closest, Angels.
It does.
Now,
Kirsten Cobb was correct.
How many votes?
Yeah.
1,578.
1,500.
Now, that being said, I have not gone through and seen how many are just like, because let's be honest, people just like, what's it called?
Bots?
No, not bots.
Review
bombing. Why would bots even
Review
waste their
bombing.
time?
9, thank you. People review bombing who haven't even seen it. There might be a decent amount. But with 1,500, I'm not going to go through and try to figure that shit out. So
you can go. I'll go to the thing and see like what the discrepancy is because.
Well, I mean, like under it, it's like rated a 4. Okay, someone said 7, rated a 4. Okay, first thing I see why the show wouldn't be for a lot of people, but I don't mind it at all. Next one's
I'm
a
just
2.
scared how bright that fucking webpage is because 9
2,
got
7.
illuminated like a girl did at the end of the episode. You got blown away.
Now, I will say this: there is one rated a 7 that just based on the title, I'll agree with. Again, not as bad as people are saying, and I'm just basing that off of the reviews before we saw anything.
Yeah.
Like the can reviews and like everyone being like, "This is torture porn." It's not torture porn. It's fucked up.
It's just regular porn.
I feel like it's torture porn.
It's a good show. But it's not torture
front
porn.
page porn. It's front page of Pornhub where they got to promote it because it's new. But it's
you know what?
It's torture TV. It's just regular
Kirsten,
for the good stuff.
That's an interesting point. I wonder if they can watch this in Utah.
Oh,
because porn sites have been blocked in Utah unless you prove you are of legal age.
Or maybe they made this so people in Utah can have porn.
Right? There you go. It's like that Netflix movie in Italy.
Okay,
That was
so
porn.
we have the breakdown here, and you can see that it is getting like review bombed, review praised. There's
That
no
says
way
to me
someone
review
is like
bombed.
watching this and being like perfect 10 out of 10.
No.
There's no way it's just like perfect 1 out
Those
of
people are on meth.
1, right?
No,
A perfect 1 out of 1, huh?
Perfect 1 out of
Those are
1.
his homies since his team.
But the unweighted mean is a 5.2, so not much better than the overall rating. But
That
this is
that
kinda, like,
316
really
are all the Weeknd's brand new accounts.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Those
We
are
got
all
that
mine.
podcast here. And yeah.
I
So this
mean,
breakdown is more, if we're just going to take away like all of this, then we can kind of like
I
get a
agree.
more accurate estimate of how people are feeling it. And it's more of like in that, I would say,
5 to 6
range.
I think that 5.2 that you mentioned earlier is an accurate description of how this show is so far.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I could get down with that.
Yeah. It's in the
All right.
middle.
All right.
You're mildly entertained because you're spinning all these theories to keep yourself from getting bored.
Yeah.
Or you're watching us spin all the theories for you, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But it's about that time where we stop spinning theories and start spinning our way out of here. That's right. Bill, you were doing the motion. I love it. Kirsten, we'll start with you. Where can people find you if they want to reach out to you, talk about this show?
Don't watch the show. Just watch it. You don't have to do it. We're doing it for you. We're doing it for you. It's a ride. We're having a good time. People can find me on Instagram, Kirsten_Cobb on there, or Twitter, Kirsten Cobb1, or Facebook, or any of the other social medias. I'm on there.
She'll social media
That's
you.
it.
That's right. That's great.
Yeah.
Kime, where can people find you?
Oh shit, that's me. You can always try and Skype me down Chill's driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the
Because of hackers.
Or you can try and find me on Facebook, Jeff Madel. You can try and find me on YouTube. On Instagram at Madel Jeff. You can try and find me on YouTube, mostly on 9 Nerd Yards. Or you can just walk around Austin, Texas, and hope that I'm outside. But it's really fucking hot out, so probably not for a couple months.
Correct.
Very nice.
Correct.
All right, Drunk Banthas, where can people find you?
You guys can find us on Spotify, YouTube, likewise, all of the internet things at the Drunk Banthas, where we talk about all kinds of nerd stuff. We just released the newest episode of our show, Does It Hold Up? Where we had the 9 Nerd Yards crew on to talk about Tammy and the T-Rex. So that was a whole lot of fun. And we got an episode where we talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, with boy Blake here. And that was a whole lot of fun. That's dropping next month or in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we got movies like The Shadow that are coming out. We got movies like Tank Girl that we covered that are coming out. We got a lot of stuff that's in the pipeline, like all the way until August, man. Y'all are ready. You just fuck with us. Subscribe so that you can catch all of this ridiculousness that we do.
That's right. Everybody go follow Drunk Banthas. Let's help them get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah.
Let's do it. Gotta get mucking like y'all, you know what I'm saying?
We're trying to bump them up. We're trying to bump up them numbers. Everybody go over there and subscribe to them. We love to have them on 9. Where can people find you?
Yes, my good sir. You can find me right here at 9 Nerd Yards. Just posted a new Atlanta video that y'all have been asking for. It's finally out. The Art of Isolation. Please blow that up and get those numbers up. Had a lot of fun making it. Patreon saw it first. That is $1 for early access on videos. And join the Discord where we have nearly 300 people in there. A lot of people have been going crazy over the idol in the chat and discussing a little bit. So it's been a lot of fun. Other than that, it's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, 9 Nerd Yards. Hey there. Hey.
Okay.
Okay, Chaim. And
Blake, what about you? Oh, sorry, Nine.
Everybody wants to know about me. Wait a minute. I'll answer one question at a time. Where can you find me? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and TikTok. It's all Money Blake Weather. Or you can follow my other podcast, Unfiltered Bachelor, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on your favorite podcast app, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And yeah, we're doing so much stuff here. You can also catch me here on 9 Nerd Yards. Yesterday, we spoke with Kurt Halabaugh, who's a UFC fighter. He's on the current season of Ultimate Fighter. So if you're an MMA fan, he'll be joining us every week on Tuesday, breaking down
every
week, and he'll be breaking down the Ultimate Fighter with us because he was a contestant in this current season. So he's like walking us through what it was like in the house week by week. And we
9 Nerd Yards. We got Ultimate Fighters.
That's right. They got our backs. And then again, if you missed it, you go ahead and catch the Keith Holiday episode. It was right before this one. Don't drop off now. Just go ahead and check it out later on tonight or tomorrow while you're driving, whatever it is you're doing. But yeah, we've just got a lot going on, so you can catch us next week. We're continually breaking down the idol.
One here. The poll, it is a resounding 100%. Would you do Isaac's workout plan? All of y'all said no. All of y'all said
consensus.
Not a single yes.
Consensus.
Oh, boy.
No.
Scrooge wins a little.
It's just gonna be me and Isaac in a very weird smelling gym doing this.
Yep. And I'm outside of the window because I forgot to come in late.
Your
I
membership
brought my
is
own
revoked,
shock collar.
actually.
Don't worry.
Kirsten just be shocking herself.
You're your greatest motivation.
That's how you get shit done. You gotta have a shock
That's how
collar.
you get shit
Shock
done.
it
Is
out.
that a pun for the
Electroshock therapy.
Of course.
Can we
That's
take
it.
one more question?
We'll take one more question.
Just
Shadow
one
King.
more-
that was in his
Ooh, what you got, Shadow King?
Shadow King.
What you got?
Yeah,
Go
one
for
more
it.
question.
Feel free to
One more
ask.
question.
We'll hang out
it.
here just for a
Can I
second.
ask
Hit
a
us with
question
it.
directed to the group? Let's go.
Yes.
Shadow
For
King.
sure.
Are you can I ask you a question, Shadow King? Are you the
cheesy,
real
cheesy.
Shadow King?
Ooh.
Are you
Have
Are you
superpowers?
I
even?
mean, we don't answer for Shadow Princess.
Yeah.
Why are you sexist?
Now, Twilight Princess.
How is that sexist? That's ageist, motherfucker.
Well, you said princess. I thought.
Why not both?
Oh no, princes.
Oh.
Okay.
Excuse me. Well, yeah, you're ageist.
I need to enunciate, and then you need to understand that I'm being ageist.
You are being.
Jeff hates women.
Jeff hates women. Everybody knows Jeff hates women.
We already know this.
What? Am I a writer on The Idol?
Look out for Kirsten's ASMR breakdowns of The Idol.
It's gonna be great because it's just
Step by step.
Shadow King.
Don't watch this.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, okay.
My question is this. You are so late with the Atlanta recaps that nobody cares anymore.
Oh,
That's for you, Nine. That's for you, Nine.
Okay.
Oh,
That's for you.
it's typing that. Great
That
job.
is a
Whoa.
Sounded like an Isaac question.
Answer this, please.
Yeah.
Shadow King, do you understand what a question is? Dumbass.
I mean, I feel like some people care. I got some nice comments on that. I do it for all of you.
Also, frankly, I saw an article released today on Variety about like episode 6 of the last season of Atlanta. No, I'm sorry, just about the last season of Atlanta in general. Variety today released an episode like, oh man, for the final season, Atlanta comes home.
Chill,
Like-
Jeff. Chill, Jeff. We come on, man. We don't want you to be sent after Shadow King here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got superpowers.
Yeah, Shadow King. It's such a sad.
Shadow
Look
King,
around.
If you are a
Don't
D1
come
hater,
at me.
if you're a D1 hater, please come back. Join us next week and
That's right.
watch my Atlanta video. I bet you
But
can like
join
it.
in our hater
I
love it.
Drink
Blake.
it.
Yes,
Close
sir.
that, my man.
Yeah, whether you're watching us right now live or you're watching us on the replay, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching us, and whether you love us or hate us, we'll see you next week.
Still love you.
Peace.
We love you.
Bad. It's too fucking late. That train has left the station. And whether you like it or not, you are going for that ride.